This is Red Rose Rendezvous, the 4th page. We will work on the left hand and then putting both hands together. So we start off, this 4th page will be quite a bit of a repeat. You will notice a lot of the same stuff that you have done before. You'll start with your left hand on the D below middle C, and it's going to do the pattern of an 8th note followed by a staccato quarter note chord. So D followed by the chord A on the top with your thumb and F under that with your 3 finger. So it does that twice. It'll sound like this. Then back to the D for the next measure. You'll hold it. It's a dotted half note. Be held for the whole measure. Then after the first beat, you add the chord B on the top with your thumb, G underneath with your 2 finger. So that sounds like D. Then it goes back to the pattern of the first measure, D followed by the A and F chord, staccato. Then back to the second measures pattern, D, and after the first beat, the B and G chord added. So you continue to hold the D while you add the B and G chord. Then back to the first, and back to the second. So all in all, it does that, those 2 measures 3 times. So I'm going to play the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 measures, and it sounds like this. Measure, you get to do something different. Little finger will be 2 A's below middle C. It's still the 8th note followed by a staccato chord pattern. So after the A, your thumb will be on F and your 3 finger will be on C sharp under that. So it sounds like this. And then on the measure after that, you have just 1 staccato chord. It is, you stay pretty much in exactly the same spot. Just scoot your thumb down a little bit. A on the bottom, C sharp in the middle, E on the top. So, and that's that measure. So together, those 2 measures, 7th measure and the 8th measure. Then you have 2 quarter rests where your left hand plays nothing while your right hand is playing. Then back to the first pattern with 8th note D followed by the A and F chord, but this time it's not staccato. It's regular legato notes, and you also have to have the pedal on for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. So it sounds like this. And then the next measure is C with your little finger, C below middle C. After the first beat, you add the A and F chord. Then your little finger is going to go down to B, 2 B's below middle C, followed by the A and F chord. And then your little finger goes down to B flat. And after the first beat, adds a chord, A flat on top, F underneath. I'm playing that with my thumb and my 2nd finger. So all together, those, let's see, it's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th measures of the 4th page sound like this. This is when you put on the pedal. Now the pedal can come off. And you're going to do the same pattern of an 8th followed by a staccato quarter chord. So your little finger will be on the A, 2 A's below middle C, and it'll be followed by an F and D chord staccato. Then you go back to the A, play it staccato. Then you have 2 beats of rest while your right hand is playing. Then your left hand is going to go back to D below middle C, and you're going to have the pedal on. to the previous one we just did, but not quite the same. So D, then followed by A and F chord. Then your little finger scoots down to C, and after one beat, adds the A and F chord to the C. Then the little finger scoots down to B, one lower, and does B followed by the A and F chord. And then there is a dotted half note chord, B flat on the bottom, F in the middle, A flat on top. Hold that for the whole measure, 3 counts. And then for the final chord for your left hand, you will be playing D. This is 2 D's below middle C, and you can have your 2 finger on A above that. And that's a dotted half note, gets held for the whole measure, 3 counts, and then the very last measure, the left hand doesn't play anything. Okay, so I'm going to play the left hand for the entire 4th page. Here we go. And that's the left hand. Now let's fit it together with the right. Again, it will be very similar to what you did in the beginning, so it shouldn't be too many surprises. We start off with our right hand on the D, 2 D's above middle C, and while the left hand plays its 8th, followed by a staccato chord. Now, right when your left hand adds the B and G chord after the first beat, your right hand is going to come in with the 3 finger on the A flat and play its sequence of 8th notes. And I like to cross over there. Then your right hand's playing its 8th note, followed by a D being held for the rest of the measure, while your left hand's playing its D and A F chord staccato. So now, right when your left hand plays that B and G chord on the second beat, your right hand's going to play your thumb on F, and then 2 finger A, and then your right hand will be playing D, while your left hand plays the D, followed by the A and F staccato. Now, right when your left hand adds the B and G chord, your right hand will play A flat with its little sequence of 8th notes. Now together, you'll be playing A on the right hand, my 3 finger, and a little finger will be on 2 A's below middle C. The right hand just holds its A, while the left hand plays the 8th note A, followed by the F and C sharp chord. Then there's a rest for the left hand, while the right hand plays A or A C, then crosses the thumb up to D, while the left hand is playing its pedal section, and it's going to be playing the D and the A and F chord, legato style. Now the right hand's going to come in after the A and F chord sounds, then the left hand plays the D, then on the final A and F chord, the right hand comes in with A. So that might be a little bit tricky. I'm going to play that again, so listen. The hands will start together, then the left hand comes in with the chord, while the right hand's just holding the D, then the right hand comes in on the F, then the left hand comes in on the D, and then they're together on the final note. So hopefully you can hear that. Together, left hand chord, F right hand, D left hand, together. Then, while the right hand's holding against A. The left hand will come in on the C. Then both hands will come in together. Right hand playing its eighth notes. And this next measure is the same rhythm that I just told you the measure before. So together on the F and the B, then left hand A, F chord, right hand D, left hand B, then together A on the right hand and the A and F chord. Then the right hand holds the A while the left hand plays the B flat. Then together on the A flat and the A flat F chord. Right hand playing its eighth notes. Then together on the next measure, A on the right hand, A on the left. Right hand holds its A while the left hand plays its eighth note staccato chord rhythm. Then the left hand plays its A staccato. And then the right hand comes immediately afterward with its A flat and then series of eighth notes. Then together with the C on the right hand, D on the left hand is got its pedal on, playing its eighth note and then quarter note chord rhythm. The right hand's playing an eighth note followed by a D, which is held for the rest of the measure. So now the last line, we're going to play the left hand, it's C. Then immediately afterward, the right hand comes in with the forefinger on the A flat, right above middle C. Then they're going to come in together with the G on the right hand, the A and F chord on the left. And the left hand will hold its chord while the right hand does its eighth notes. Then, next measure, hands go together with the C on the right hand and the B on the left. And then together with D on the right hand, A and F on the left. Hold the D while the left hand finishes its rhythm. Then the right hand continues to hold its D while the left hand plays its chord. B flat on the bottom, F in the middle, A flat on the top. Then the right hand comes in immediately with A flat, followed by the rest of the eighth notes. Then together on this chord here, right hand's playing middle C at the top, F at the bottom. Left hand playing A on top, D on the bottom. And then the left hand continues to hold while the right hand, after 2 beats, adds a D. And then continues to hold for another, well, the rest of the song, the last measure. And then the left hand technically is coming up to play this fun little chord at the end, the F, B. But you can also just play it with your right hand because your pedal will continue the D and the D chord that you were doing before. So that is the 4th page of Red Rose Rendezvous. I'm going to play the whole page with hands together now. Here we go.